Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Let's we have a discussion about how to write a unit testing using a fake framework. I done this samples using Visual Studio 2013. I hope that you all have a basic idea about unit testing. Even though I just start with a small explanation about what is unit testing. It's all about isolation of code and testing the actual business logic without any external interference. Okay. In Visual Studio, we can achieve this functionality using shim or a fake framework. So let's first we discuss about like what is shim and stub. Stub is all about like local DLL reference or a library which has to be an interface type. You can see here like you cannot directly instantiate a class. Instead, you should be using the interface. This is the basic idea of stub, but compared to the shim, stub is a very effective. Regarding shim, it's basically using for all external type of call. Example, you can see this in diagram. The second diagram. This is my taste, and this is my component. And what are the functionality we can create as a stub? Stub website, stub our local database, some other component, and we cannot do stub for a system DLL. So for that we need to write a shim. Okay, let's we have a small example how shim and stub code will look like. Shim, this is the actual class name shim and all instance and followed by the method name get validation result of parameter type int32, and these are the parameter type this wanted to return the same way this stub. The one thumb rule of stub is like we need to have an interface. Okay. Okay, let's we see this program. I have created a solution under that two different libraries. One is a homework class library and another one is a testing library. So for that you just need to right click on solution file and add new project. Here we go. This is a class library. Just add a name and just press OK. If you want to add a taste, under the taste and new testing project. Okay, so I already created this functionality. Now before I start, like I'm going to write a unit test for this class only. The class name is validation, which is adding to private method. Okay, so there is a basic thumb rule of creating fake framework is like number one, we need to add a reference to the library which you want to do unit testing. So the class library dot sample, which is from here. The next one is number two, I have to right click on the library and add fake assembly. So once you add it, this will add a file, the same DLL reference ended with the dot fakes, and you can also see the same file inside the fakes folder. So it will be look like this. So I will explain you later like in what way we can use this file. Number three, you need to include that DLL reference here. So I'm referring that normal class file and also a fake. Here we go. So here you can see the three parts: test initializer, class cleanup, and test method. This is the actual functionality which will help you to unit test. But these are the coding standard which I used to follow, like test initialize. Means that whenever the test is getting initialized, this function will also get initialized before it gets started. Usually we used to do in unit testing like using shim context.create. Instead of that, I have used this attribute based programming. Just mention that context is equal to shim context.create. So this will get initialized whenever that test method got initialized. And this is the normal disposer. So cleanup context or dispose context equal to null. Okay, the main program is the test. So in that we have four parts: set is used to assign or declare some variable. Shim is actual place where we need to bypass or shim something in the functionality which you are going to test, and act, the actual act it is going to happen. Okay, let's we see that this is the class name. Here we go. This is the class name, class 1 with the function name of validate. So here I'm just creating the object for the class 1 and I'm trying to call a method validate with the integer argument. Okay, so what I'm going to test now, I want to test this functionality, not the functionality which is dependent on another external call. For example, this method is having some WCF call which is returning some boolean value, depends on the integer it is passing, and the second one is it is validating something with that integer and returning the same boolean type, and based on the two external call it is deciding the result. So this is the functionality. The actual basic thumb rule of unit testing is I don't want to test this external functionality, I want to test the actual business logic. So what kind of test case I can return here? I can return like if WCF call passed and validation result also passed, the output should be pass. If anyone is fail, output should be fail. So this is my functionality. So here we go. I'm right clicking my program, start debugging it. So first test initializer is getting called, and then second here normal object call, so going inside the function. So in this program I just want to call get WCF result, but when I try to debug it won't go to the actual method. See, this is the actual implementation of this method, but control is in shim class. So once we added dot fake file in our reference, and also we added the same reference in our through using, I will get the class name preceding by the shim. The shim class 1 dot all instance, it's related to that instance based which is available inside that class, and then the method name. So I'm using a delegate for writing this method. These are the two argument. So this is the interface. So one is the integer, the argument which I am passing, and second argument is the result type. So class instance parameter inside. So this is what I want to return. Instead of checking the functionality which is written inside this get WCF result, I shim and I just assume that return true. The same way I write it for validation and it returning true. So cute. So when I try to call get validation result, it will go inside the sim class and it will come back. So now you see the result which I return from the shim class, true, true. So based on that my result will be true. And then this is the another major part in the unit testing, like assert. It's all about like validating that result from the unit testing. So here I'm just validating the expected result, because here I return true, true, so that my output should be true. I'm just validating the actual result should equal to the true. If it is so, then validation is success. If it is false, then the validation is failed. And you can see green color over here, which means that test is passed. Here also, this is the test explorer. Thanks for watching the video, and in forthcoming videos I will add up some more functionality related to the unit testing, and also the issue which I faced while integrating unit testing with TFS. Thanks for watching the video. Thank you.